Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. I want to take this time to welcome all of you once again. It's good to be back. Today we are actually going to be discussing a variety of issues as it relates to Liberia. So we ask, are we on the right track as a nation? The conversation is going to be very interesting. We have some information to share with you, whether it's about the asset recovery, whether it's the war in economic crimes code, a lot of other development on the ground. But I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. It's very important you share the show. It's very, very, very important. That's all you can ask of you right now. Share the show. Share it on your personal page. Share it with your friends. Share it in the groups that you are in. Share it on your page. Share it on your personal profile. Share it any way you can so that we can get this conversation started. Well, I want to take this time to welcome all of you once again to SKTV. We didn't do a show yesterday, but it's good to be back. I want to encourage all of you to share the show. We'll be back in a few.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. So welcome my life with African.
I live with my health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't ask you to be venue. Say my journey, Tina get as a man, and he's no money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya too many, and I said ya too many, and I couldn't play ya too many, and I could do ya too many, and I didn't ya too many, and I said ya too many, and I couldn't play ya too many, and I could do ya too many, and I forget it now ya too many. That's the baby, and I don't forget it now. So she work on my ya too many. Yeah.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and a premise from best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From River Sass, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. So welcome my life with African.
I live with my health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't ask you to be venue. Say my journey, Tina get as a man, and he's no money, and more I know. And you love
salia ya tumale, ena kwana gli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwana gli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena da pagiyari na ya tumale, ena bibi, ena da pagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale,
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lover and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacoloo, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The blessing, the time and the efforts are rare. The brothers giving a real and the promise from them. To work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Clever, so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, tina get I say my yamu. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lover and grandmaster.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwana gli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwana gli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena da pagiyari na ya tumale, ena bibi, ena da pagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lover and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacoloo, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best.
SKTV the best in Liberia, SKTV the best in Africa. We are getting connected with our colleagues back in Liberia, whether it's Radio Former 99.3 FM in Bombay. I'm sorry. Then we are also trying to get connected with Melbourne Johnson Kula. Lawrence, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, Chief Sekou. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. It's just that we just received a heavy downpour of rain this afternoon up to the evening hour, but at least the weather is okay for us a bit.
Yeah, it's looking good now. It's not sticky, and the voice is not repeating itself. Everything looks good right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Did some adjustment.
Yeah. That's good. So what is going on there with our people in that part of the country? How would how are they excited to actually be listening to SKTV, via your radio station? I mean, how are they excited?
Well, they it's overwhelming. The people are excited to listen to the show. Even last evening, people were like calling my personal number. Why is it that the show is not on? I told them, I said, no, tomorrow the show will be on. You listen to the show tomorrow. There are a lot of calls I received last night.
That's great. That's great. So I'm going to meet you for a second just to get connected with Mabel, and then we will open the line for all of us.
Okay.
That's good. I'm glad
Okay.
that everything good from your end this time around. We're talking. I'm not hearing any echo and what have you. So it's good. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's radio former and in Bon Mines, Bon County. Let's get to.
The year we made the scene in 2024. A
I think
wonderful
Mabel is
good
saying.
evening and welcome. Indeed, welcome. It's better late than never. So, indeed, we are right here on the program, the SKTV, right here on Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. And Seku, let me say a wonderful good evening to you. Is that you say maybe people were trying to maybe to recover their answers from me, but albeit I have to be
Yeah, I
in
learned that
time.
you were fighting by all means to make it,
Uh,
but it was not easy. But you made it. You finally made it home. You mean you good? How you
yes,
doing? How's everything?
yes, yes. Thank God, I'm doing great. Thank God. Even though with the entire thing about the access or recovery, thank God that me is back because never somebody else they didn't carry me. I said no, but I'm not government access. I said no, we gotta carry you because you look so cute. You look
You have something else. So I hope my taxi there are safe over there too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. So
What is
like
what is
So,
it called?
like for example, some of our brothers now and then who are not training, like you, because you are training. Mind you, it's good to train because when you train, you're going to drain, and in fact, at least you're going to come back to a normal life than the way you were. I hope that Lawrence is training because Lawrence, when you more than yourself,
Oh,
then that means you are the government asset. Then we're gonna recover you.
all right, Memo. On a serious note, I want to say thank you for coming on. Even though like like you said, it's better late than never. We want to encourage our people to share the show. While we do that, I think we lost Lawrence, and yeah, I'm hearing myself a little bit in the
Little
background.
bit sorry, but let me see. But how be it? I'll send you something. I don't know whether you talk about that already coming from
Not yet.
the
We just started. I'm not saying anything.
oh okay. So just go straight on your WhatsApp, you will see the notice
I saw it.
coming
I
from
saw
the
it.
Temple of Justice. Okay, that's great.
I saw
So
it.
maybe you're going to read it because you have some of the knowledge when it comes to the court issues, and you will tell us about what we really going about. We are good. And let me help also to share, same we're telling our people to share the show because there are a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah. Please.
Liberians who are also glue, and yes, indeed, and they also want to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. So today we are asking uh, our Liberian. I'm still hearing myself, maybe. Okay, I think much better. Okay. So we are asking our Liberian, people. I'm hearing myself for some reason. Maybe I need to meet you guys so I can be. Okay. I think it's coming from Mabel's end. Yeah. So Lawrence, what's going on in Liberia? Any update you care to share with us?
Well, well, Bon County, especially district number 7, there are some mixed feeling when it comes to the issue about the appointment of the new commissioner, Mr. Hampton Bibos Gidding. This morning on one of our sister program, the chairman for the rescue team in Bon Mines placed a call that they are the officials of the party and they were not in the know. In fact, they were not informed about Mr. Giddings being appointed as commissioner of the district. So there are a lot of calls people made about their feelings, how they're feeling about the United Party appointing Hampton Bibos Gidding as commissioner of the district. Because what happened was Giddings served as commissioner before. In 2000, after the election, the first commissioner we had was Mr. Nathaniel Carter. Nathaniel Carter was commissioner of the district, but due to some irregularities, he was removed and replaced by Hampton Guinness in 2009. And Gideon served in that position until 2017 when the CDC took over the government. So bringing him back, there are some people in the district are not satisfied. There are a lot of calls we received this morning about he be a commissioner. You know, people are not really happy with the way the Unity Party proceeding with appointing people in the district.
So how are they feeling about? Are you hearing? I mean, are you hearing anything regarding the whole asset recovery thing in Bon County? Do they really are they following what's going on in Monrovia and other part of the Liberia?
Yeah, people are following. Even the access recovery team when they arrested the former chief of protocol Fenda Bono and the former RG Patrick Sulu. There are some feelings people are having. People, because what happened, there are other people who are not actually in support of those things. Because if we have done our tour in the community, other people are saying, well, people who have government property, let them turn it over and be free, because it will be a disgrace. Maybe you want to move around and policemen come and park your vehicle. So people are not really happy with it, the way the team proceeding.
All right, thank you. That's good to know. Monk, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing, sir? Monk, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm here. I said,
Yeah,
yes, another beautiful day to be alive on SKTV. I mean, we are one day late. Yesterday, we were never online. So today is an opportunity again to speak on national issues.
So yes, I want to take this time to welcome everybody on this show today. Whether you are watching us in Liberia or in the United States, or you are in Asia, you are in Australia, you are in South Korea, you are anywhere, whether you're in China, we want to take this time to welcome all of you to another provocative but yet stimulating conversation. We are going to be discussing Liberia again today, speaking about where we are as a nation. Are we on the right track? That's the question we ask. So we have a lot going on. So yesterday, we saw the recovery team, asset recovery team, stopping and somehow disgracing the former IG, the former police inspector, taking him out of his car. And what we heard from the people on the ground themselves, the officers or the officials of the people of the asset recovery team, saying that the car does not have a document. The process went through, but we want to investigate the process. You know, when I listen to those guys, and then I listen to them talking about those taxis, the taxis that is stopped, hearing that those taxis belong to Findabondo. And then I heard Emmanuel Gwankwa saying some people have stolen the government property and transform it, and they are doing this, they are doing that. You know, I was embarrassed for my country, saying that the reason why you're stopping those cars because they don't have proper documentation. The last time I checked, the Liberia National Police has a traffic department. Even when the Ministry of Finance Ministry of Commerce or any government agency trying to find out about registration, they use the Liberia National Police. They will draw a checkpoint. Every single vehicle that will come, they will stop it. They ask you for your credential, you show it, you pass. You don't have it, they impound the car until you can come up with proper documentation. And they do so randomly, not by targeting certain people. It's even embarrassing for those guys get on the street acting as if they are police officers to be stopping people selectively. I think President Boakai should be embarrassed about this particular exercise. It does not augur well. It's not in the interest of the Liberian people. It is also a recipe for chaos. I can tell you what happened yesterday. A lot of people were caught by surprise. Mind you, it already happened. Now people are expecting it to happen. Nobody will sit down and allow a handful of people who are not police officers simply because they will go wear some kind of construction vex on them. And you know, when people do construction here in America, that they kind of vex they can put on it so that when it's night, that reflection that they have reflective vest, reflective jacket. So that when the light flashes on them, so they can know that people are on site working. And the other guy is boasting with that. You see, we are wearing this as if to say you're wearing something important. Wearing warmer construction vests, and you are boasting with that. And then you're trying to somehow impede on the other people's right. I think it was wrong. We said it from the onset that this whole asset recovery thing was a joke. And now they just proved me wrong. I said it on my page. I said after carefully observing this whole asset recovery thing, it looks like it's a joke. And I think the president can do better than that. Or the government as a whole. They should stop this. They are creating an environment for chaos. They are provoking other people. People said this was a witch hunt, and then you did a witch hunt in their light. In their light. Why do people decide, okay, we're going to resist these guys? They are nobody. They are a bunch of non-entities, trying to steal from other people. I think when you talk about asset recovery, I think there should be a process. There should be a term of reference. First and foremost, when Labrador was talking about asset recovery, many people thought this was going to be some kind of serious matter where they're going to go after banks, where they're going to go after homes, some of million or multi-million dollar properties, stolen wealth, stolen money in international banks, stolen money in local banks, and through the proper channel, through a due process. You have to establish the fact as a government that there are properties out there belonging to the government that you want to recover it. And to do that, you have to go through a due process, through a court process. First, issue, some kind of announcement that we believe X, Y, and Z belong to the Liberian government. We are asking everybody to return it. If you don't return it between X, Y, and Z time, we will come after you. And the people to come after you will be the Liberian National Police. Not just those hungry people there who've been hungry, waiting to get into government, and then you put them on the street to go and target certain people. Where in the world you will go and start stopping taxis? The people said they could resist you. They said, no, you're not a police officer. And they could jump into a fight. Somebody could get killed. If that was my taxi, I would say, no, I'm not going with nobody taking my taxi. If you stand in front of me, then I'll just run over you. Say you want to be our law, we all be our law. You can do nothing about it. You're not a police officer. Why will you go stand for somebody? How come President Bouaka is still on in government for years, but yet they don't know how government works? I think it was wrong. It was wrong, and they should not repeat that. It's not good. That whole asset recovery thing should be dissolved. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what time it is. They don't even know their term of reference. They have no idea whatsoever. In fact, I saw a post yesterday from Chairman Musa Belete, the representative for District Number 7, Nima County. It was very, very strong and powerful. And I heard other lawmakers issuing similar concern. But I can tell you, the Liberian people are not sleeping. The Liberian people are up. So we saw a document this morning from the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. And this is a summon for a conference.
From Yusuf Kaba, right?
From Yusuf Kaba. Mong, you have it?
Yes. Yeah. I don't have him in possession, but I saw it. I think I don't know the call.
So it says, dear Councillor. So I think in reference to gracious right,
Yeah.
and through its manager, Francis T. Blamo,
Yeah.
of the state of Monrovia versus the asset recovery tax folks, headed by Councillor Edwin Martin, also of the city of Monrovia. The directive of His Honor Yusuf Kaba, Associate Justice presiding in chamber, you are hereby cited to a conference with His Honor on Monday, April 1st, at the hour of 11 a.m. Let me see, 11 a.m. in connection with the above caption case. So now that the Supreme Court is involved, they should even stop all this whole nonsense until the Supreme Court can give an opinion on it. Isn't it embarrassing? Isn't it embarrassing that you're having a government employing a bunch of people not knowing what they are doing? what I mean, in less than 3 months in power, I think this is the second or third Supreme Court's intervention. Can you imagine whether it's about the tenure position? Like Joseph Boakai appointing people to position that you don't even know whether they're supposed to appoint them, or Joseph Boakai people appointing people in position that that are not open, violating the Liberian Constitution. Now sending people, hooligans on the street to go and attack people and confiscate their personal property from them. The Supreme Court has to intervene this earlier of your government to tell you to stop harassing your people. That's scary. So, Monk, we have a lot of information, and we do have some breaking news when it comes to the War and Economic Crimes Code. But before we get there, I want to get your perspective about this whole asset recovery. I call them asset recovery police. They're not anything, but they just assign unto themselves some undeserving relevance. And I believe they are not doing what is right. And I think they should cut it off. But what say you, Monk?
Well, we said it before, and this is why I always bring the whole idea about who is in control, because it just re-solidified the idea that Boakai is not the one in control for men who've been in government for more than 4 decades. But the argument here is Georgia did the same, so they should do the same. It's tit for tat. That's the idea, that we are created or taxed for to retrieve government property. But this is why Joseph Boakai was elected. He's supposed to do better than George Weah. In their mind, they are doing literally the same that George Weah did. But yeah, we are telling you that we're talking about due process here. We're talking about, you see, that is why we told them from the beginning to start anything, conduct across the board audit, establish the court process, then you go after people. That's how it works. Unfortunately, they want to do it in reverse. Ain't the courts, and forget audit, because the whole idea of the audit is to identify what needs to be retrieved or recovered before you can establish the court process. Then you can go and execute about property or funds or stolen assets. That's how you recover them. But unfortunately, it's a tit for tat. We are did it, so we must do the same to them. We should give them a dose of their own medicine. That's why somebody will get hurt. I know Liberia. It's just a matter of time. You see, they read a prohibition from Justice Yusuf Kabah Chamber to telling them to hold on to everything until that particular conference call. We know it will result to the court. That is why it was imperative that you start the process with the court. But that's Liberia for you. It tells you that Joseph Boakai is not in control, because if Joseph Boakai was in control, he won't be making this kind of a rookie mistake. We keep saying on SKTV all the time, I will live with the idea of a Georgia making this kind of a mistake. It cannot be Joseph Boakai, for the fact that he been in government this long. When was the last time prior to Georgia administration that a government just went on the street randomly and started retrieving properties? So he saw it in the history.
So Monk, my question to you, so let's say they assume, the guy said, we believe. Just imagination. So you can just think, okay, let's say right now, okay, they see what they believe that Finabono company, Finabono stole money and bought those vehicles. So if they can wake up and sleep tomorrow and imagine and thinking that the whole world we are sleeping in, the money that stolen well, so they can just go there with your wares and get outside.
Yeah, get outside. That's how they believe it works.
So that they believe can work, eh? So that means they can just go to Moluha tomorrow because we believe that you are CDC chairman. So because the horse where you get right now, we believe.
Yeah,
we think is a stolen property. So get out of it. Just the same thing. Not just because these are vehicles, but it could be the same scenario. In fact, tomorrow, Jowiah can be going somewhere, they will just go and stop him, bunch of hooligans will go and stop you and say, in fact, you are under arrest. We'll give you different car to drop you home. Your car here, we believe that government car because you do the process, but we're not sure whether the process was correct. Can you imagine? How can a government behave like a bunch of children behind the house playing?
I keep telling them, Joseph Boaga never won an election with a mandate. Joseph Boaga won an election with a razor-thin margin, meaning that country is evenly split and divided. The littlest mistake, he will overstep his bound. It will be chaos. I'm hearing the McGills and other people talking about resisting. So it's just a matter of time. For me, I already know what's going to happen. If Joseph Boaga cannot take his game from the street and do what is right, it's just a matter of time before somebody tips him over the cliff. And we are watching. At the end of the day, they will come back to the very same recommendation and things we talk about on SKTV. So we're just watching. For me, in Liberia, Liberia is a society unlike any other society on the planet. You can see things in advance if you can really pay attention. And it's just a matter of time before things can spill out of control. You watch. Let's get to the main players here. They will go somewhere and somebody will resist arrest. That's when things will spill out of control. Just watch.
Yeah, well, who are those guys in fact to stop somebody?
Yeah.
Who are they? They are nobody. I swear to God, this thing is so laughable. It's so funny. That somebody will just wear construction vest and go stand on the street and then you say, park your car. Get out of your car. You know how disgraceful it is to go and stop the former. Say everything you want about Patrick Sudu. At least, this guy is a police officer. This guy served as the director of Liberia National Police. To get him out of his car, it tells you that these guys are really on a mission. On a mission to witch hunt everybody they can get to. And they are going to go as planned. During the campaign, some of the people that are in big position now, they were very clear on Facebook that they will drag George Weah, Samuel Twe, Jefferson Koji, and other key players in the CDC government. They will drag them on the street of Monrovia like a market dog. That's what they said. And now Joseph Boaga decided to appoint the same people, some of the same people who said they were going to witch hunt people. They're going to go and pick on the people. Are you not creating a condition for chaos? Are you not creating a hostile environment? And who suffer if the country is unstable? Who's going to be held responsible for a chaotic country? It's Joseph Boaga. Whether Joseph Boaga is doing it directly or people around here appointing these people or telling them, you'll go for them, you'll do this, you'll do that. If this country is unstable today, Joseph Boaga will be held liable.
Yep.
Everybody will hold him responsible. Everybody will say Joseph Boaga's government failed. Like I told you the last time, one of the representative who supported Nayeka Kolba, I'm talking about somebody that never spoken or said anything. The person called me and said, Sekou, I'm embarrassed. I said, what's happening? He said, I can clearly say that Joseph Boaga government has failed right at the door. So why you say that? He said, Sekou, whatever you guys are saying, whatever you guys are talking about in public, that's like nothing. You have no idea what's going on behind the scene. Whether it's the infighting, whether it's undermining each other, whether it's people planning to sue each other, people planning to destroy the government if they don't get certain position. The person say, you know, we should have listened to you guys. I said, really? The person say yes. So I know Melbourne was going to go to news bulletin, but when we say we got information about what's going on, when it comes to the War and Economics Crimes Court, and this information I'm telling you, there are other lawmakers from the House of the Senate that are aware that they have been informed about this development. And we can safely inform you that you remember the last time, like about 2 weeks, one more a week or so, we came here, we said, it was just about a week, we said that we informed the Liberian people that the United States Congress on Foreign Relations, that there was a conversation, that we said that before the Christmas thing came out, right? We said that there was a conversation about a possible sanctioning of Liberia should they fail to pass the War and Economic Crimes Court. We inform you that it could start with travel restriction, that none of them will be able to travel to the United States. You remember that? Okay. Now we can inform you that in the coming days, there will be a whole lot of movement in the Liberian Senate, wherein some senators will force the Senate to take action, or other than that, they will break with them. It is now clear that the United States, they had a conversation. We told you they had a conversation. And some of the information that we are getting from the conversation, Monk, they are reaching out to some of those senators individually, telling them what to do, showing them some of the information they have on them, showing them some of the proof and evidences that they have. If they fail to act, they too will be sanctioned. And not only that, I was shocked. I was shocked, to have learned that some of the people that these people talk to, politics is dirty, man. Politics is dirty, especially when it comes to Liberian politics. Some of the people that are actually talking to the international community people, some of the people that are talking to the United States government people, some of the people that are giving information about Liberia and about their colleagues, about the happiness in the country. One would think, oh, you can call by it, or you can call by, man, you can call by just one person, and wouldn't the loudest person. But I was shocked. I was shocked. Maybe are we still on the radio or you are okay? So you're doing your thing. Okay. So the people they are doing their the how you call it, the news bulletin.
The news bulletin.
We are still on radio format. Somebody was asking where is radio format located. Radio format is located in Bomai. That's the lower Bon County? Or upper lower Bon County? That's lower Bon County. That's in Bon County. But you know, the funny thing about it, that place, Bomai, is not too far away from Magibi. You know, it's not far away from Pomi. So it's just somewhere there, you know, in the middle. In the middle, you know, but we have people listening to us and through that radio station and in different counties, about 5 to 6 counties. We can safely tell you right now that SKTV is being monitored through all Liberia, everywhere in Liberia, because Truth FM is one of the biggest, if not the most monitored, you know, radio station in Liberia. We have higher range than any other platforms. Not the one then where they can be boasted to say they are the biggest, but then when you reach Mambakle, then you can't hear them again. Yeah, not that one. Yeah, we are everywhere in the country, even some part of Guinea, you know, and Africa, you know, and we are in the southeast, so we are everywhere. That's why we on the radio. You can see people calling all the time from all the countries. I'm saying this because there's some information that I don't want to give when we're not on, you know, all the radio. That is very simple. We want the Liberian people to get the information. The purpose of being on the radio, we want to make sure Liberian people are informed. Even though with heavy disappointment that I know over the years, whether it's this network or other networks, information being provided to the Liberian people is just for the sake of talking. Many of them, I would say in majority, they do nothing with the information provided. They just got this breaking news today, and then they're looking up for another one, the new one. Whatever they have received today or in the past, that one they put it behind them. They do nothing, no action. But what is coming for Liberia now? If you can take action, you will feel it. I think it's going to get to a point where Liberians themselves will go on the street to peacefully protest or peaceably assemble to peacefully protest or peaceably assemble and call on their government to do the right thing. Other than that, the Liberian people will suffer. Monk and Lawrence and Mayborn, it will interest you to know that the United States is dug in When I say dark, I mean that they are to the limit. They're not going to let this war and economic crimes thing go. In fact, Joseph Boakai did not only promise Alan White. Joseph Boakai met with and discussed and committed to the United States Congress that he will establish war and economic crimes court. In fact, Joseph Boakai's election, for Joseph Boakai to be elected as president, was part of that deal. In fact, George Weah premature conception was part of that deal. And we were also informed that George Weah is not going away anytime soon. Politics is dirty. That's why these, regular people, followers, group thinkers that are being used to go extra miles, to fight people, to insult people, to threaten people. You're just wasting your time. The big boys are playing politics in the back while you are at each other's throat. Sometimes harm each other, sometimes hurt each other, sometimes kill each other for these politicians. But you don't even know what's going on. Everything going on in the Liberian House of the Senate or House of the Representatives, the United States is informed about it on a daily basis. They have their eyes among you. Even your secret meeting, they are aware. They know who all that are against the whole establishment of war and economic crimes code. So one of the senators told me yesterday, we're having a regular conversation. And this person, I've never spoken, I've never said anything. Nobody have ever heard him saying anything. And this senator was like, Sekou, this thing is confusing me. And I think it's about time for us to say something or do something. We're not going to allow the country to go down the drain just because of few people. That's the exact word this person used. We're not going to allow this country to go down the drain just because of few people. And the person was telling me, I listened to Alan White on your show on SKTV. I said, oh, you were watching? And the person was like, well, I didn't even know about it. But it was Alan White that forwarded the link to me. Imagine a Liberian senator is telling you it was Alan White that sent his appearance on SKTV to that senator to monitor.
Tell our senator he lit.
Can you imagine, Mom? So that is to tell you. Steve, welcome. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay, Mr. Conan.
So, you know, a Liberian senator is telling me that yes, I watched your show that day on 2FM, and I actually watched it on Facebook. I didn't know, but it was Dr. Alan White that sent me the link. Oh yeah, he's my friend. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? He's your friend? Okay. He sent it to me. So in short, the Liberian government should take this whole war and economic crimes code seriously. And I can guarantee you, if Joseph Nima Boakai fail to do what is right when it comes to the war and economic crimes code, he will be doing so at his own detriment and at the detriment of Liberia. I can tell you that people are getting ready to break ranks. People are getting ready to speak out. People are getting ready to say, you know what? You know, when that person told me, you know what, Feko, I think it's about time we do something about this. Somehow, I've been saying anything, but I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to say what he said or what she said they will do, but say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And if they don't listen, I will come publicly. In fact, I will have a press conference. And not only a press conference, because some of them who are rejecting this whole war economic crime code, they don't know what is going on. Sekou, I know. And then I asked this senator the information that we have at SKTV regarding some of the decisions and actions taken by or planned action by the United States in regards to the war and economic crimes code. It looks like we are back on the radio. Melbourne, we back? Okay. Melbourne said we are
Yes,
back.
indeed. Yes, indeed, we are back on the radio, and I want to say thanks to all of you. There are a lot of Liberians who keep texting me back to back after the news bulletin. So, doing the news bulletin, even though not day you people don't easily listen, but there are a lot of news coming up also. So, I want to say thanks to all of you that have been listening and been following. Yes, indeed. So, we're back on the SKTV. Thank you. So,
So
you
before I go to Steve, I'll just repeat a few things that I said. Why the people on the radio, they were not listening to us? But the good thing about it, people listening on radio format, they were hearing it. And yeah, so Melbourne, we are informing the Liberian people that the Liberian Senate, the United States is monitoring our governing system more than we Liberian people know. They are friends and collaborators within our government, whether the executive, judiciary, or legislature. So the information that I was trying to give and I try to hold back a little bit were some of the things that the Liberian government may or may not know. And some people are also aware. And it is also safe to say that all of the people who are rejecting or objecting the War and Economic Crimes Code in government, whether they are senators or whether they are in the executive, the United States is also in possession of the listing of the people. And they are in conversation with individuals within the Senate, been talking to them. Hey, here is what coming for Liberia if you fail to do this. And here is what is in for Liberia if you do the right thing. So we're privileged to talk to one of the senators yesterday, and this person said they know exactly what's going on. And the person said, you know what, Sekou, we are not going to let this country down just for the handful of people. And this person went as far as saying that almost all of our politicians, even those who are alleged perpetrators, told the Liberian people during our elections that they are ready to face the court. They all said they didn't have a problem going to court. Is that even those who were sanctioned, they all said they want to have their day in court. So now that the court is here, why you don't want to allow the court process to happen? And the reason why we actually had this conversation, because we got information yesterday in the daytime. So we decided to call to also collaborate to confirm the information, whether the Liberian people get this information, also the government officials got this information. The information is that the meeting that happened by the U.S. Congress on Foreign Relations, as a matter of fact, this was not only the House of Representatives of the United States, even Liberian Senate on Foreign Relations, United States Senate on Foreign Relations, they are also part of this conversation. They have concluded, I can say this for a fact, not allegedly, we know. They have concluded to stop all aid. You hear me loud. I want to be on the radio to listen to this. They have concluded to stop all aid from the United States government to the Liberian government until the War and Economic Crimes Court is established. In fact, how many of you know prior to that document or that letter, that warning sign from Representative Chris Smith before that came out, how many of you know that the United States spent $164 million on Liberia in 2023? How many of you know that? How many of you know that the United States is monitoring the government officials from previous and current government that were caught engaging in money laundering? How many of you know? How many of you know that the number of Liberian government officials that the United States have listed that are being part of the drug cartel? How many of you know that? Hair is about to roll, I can tell you. Not physical hair, but we're talking about actions.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So quickly, I'm seeing one of the comments there coming from say Gongonu or how he may call he said, let this it. We didn't live doing to the regime. I don't even know who is this person, but that's just so terrible
Yeah,
that you want to compare.
let
You
me
want to
tell you
compare.
that
You want to
person.
compare Chattanooga regime with that kind
No,
of regime.
Maybe
Yeah.
don't distract us. Let me tell you something. That person
Mm.
is a fake account
Okay.
and is one of the big person in the new government.
Okay.
A fake account, and I know it. They are using somebody else's account to. They're always here to attack and distract us. I know the person, so don't worry about it.
All right. So the reason why I was responding to him because in one of the meeting not too long, like what made me late. You know, sometimes I don't like the way you people from that side you can bring some of the issues out. It doesn't mean that we are not informed, but one of the meetings I'm in today, that just exactly what did you explain, and that just so terrible or segue a minute because the person said to me, Mabel, look, we are getting information that the war and economic crimes code may not come. I said, why? The president said, yes, we are seeing that the government is dangling. And when the government is not careful with this war and economic crimes code, it will suffer Liberian people a lot. And you just nailed it. Like, in fact, you were in a meeting, you know, when the person was explaining the exact thing that you just explained.
Okay. So, you know, somebody just said, "Sikukene, you are not alone on the show. You know, let other people talk." No, the other people don't want to talk. They want to listen. They want to get the information, then they will react to it, just as you. And beyond that, this is SKTV. You don't tell how to run our show. So, Steve, Monk, Mayborn, and Lawrence. Imagine the United States government is telling you that there will be no aid going to Liberia from them unless the war and economic crimes code is established. It's just a tipping point. My question to all of you. Monk, you can go first.
Maybe Monk or maybe Steve.
Segu,
Monk,
the
yes.
thing is, you would be surprised that or Joseph Braga of all people would be the one trying to play games on accountability and war crimes. You would think that George Braga would do something like this, or we can agree that after the Charles Taylor-led administration, that Liberia needed a resuscitation, so they needed Madam Sally that they could skip Madam Sally. But Joseph Braga of all people, you won't want to believe this. The thing is, when the international community is pressuring you for war and economic crimes, it's different thing than when you send a signal telling them that I'm ready, and when they are ready, you want to play games. It's a two different thing. There's why Joseph Braga got himself engulfed into this whole stuff here. He was the one that sent a signal that this time around it will happen on my watch. He said it in his inaugural address. He gave the signal prior to the election that if he was going to win this thing, because you see, the Walker Court has become a political football. People take it for they weaponize it for their own election victory because they know that the vast majority of Liberians are in favor of war crimes code. So he signaled before, he signaled after, and then he confirmed it during his own inaugural address, telling the people that this time around, I'm ready. You see, when you read a letter from Chris Smith, they didn't only talk about the war crimes code. They tell you how much they have invested in that country just recently and what they have been investing over decades. Talking about $4 billion or billion with a B. And you want to come here to come play game. You see, this old man is very deceptive. It's the same thing you're doing the asset recovery. You want to do asset recovery and you use the same criminal, the same behind the door, secret tactic to conceal, because assets, or how do you call it, asset delivery, or what you can call it, declaration of asset is different from what Joseph Braga did. It was the same method that George Weah used, that you can go and just submit your asset rather than publicly declaring them, knowing fully whether it will be difficult in the court system for an individual to go and ask for line by line acting of your asset. It's the same game you're trying to play. You play on asset recovery, then you want to play on war crimes court. But the only difference this time around, oh man, you were the one that showed signal, that showed the willingness. It's almost like Seku, a crime happened, and you who witnessed the crime call investigator to come and investigate the crime. Then on that way, you said, no, I'm not ready. So why you throw Why you trust signal first? Why you created this condition that you are willing this time around to do this thing, and now you want to play games? Where's all with the worst people in the world, with the US that have invested so much? Look, second one, you ask yourself, why Joseph Boaga tend to gain by delaying? Looking at just the economic incentive that Liberia could benefit from work and co.
Yeah.
What do we tend to benefit if you want to protect or shield just few individuals? Is Spring Johnson worth putting $200 million on the line for? Do you know what 200 million could do to our economy in terms of circulation? Whether it's businesses, whether it's because when you bring in work council, the witnesses will be paid, judges will be paid, hotels will make money, restaurants will make money. You're talking about in excess of 200 million just to protect some killer. Look, I'm so disappointed in the women, but like they say, election do have consequences. The Liberian people sign up for this nonsense, so they will live with it. But I know, and you said it right, they want to call ironclad or iron teeth gripping sanction when it hit Liberia. The Liberian people themselves will be the one to run to Joseph Boaga to the executive mansion to bring war crimes. It's just a matter of time. We're watching.
Yeah, to you, Steve. What say you?
Well, thank you, Discontent. Thanks to the listeners and the viewers, as always. The Liberian people are the most important people on earth. But I believe that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, even though they're on social media. Some of them misbehaving, but I can't change that fact. Um, you know, this morning is interesting how I was tempted to post a picture on my Facebook page, but then I switched it and I posted you and I's picture. And the reason I was tempted to do that is because I don't know if I wanted to send a signal or I wanted to send a message. But the reason I went to the picture business is because when people take pictures in politics, we say optics are very important. When people take pictures and they post it and they write, especially political figures, they mean a lot. In December, when SKTV smoked Jose Yuma Boakai out of Rhode Island, when we forced the hand of the Unity Party and Jose Yuma Boakai out of Rhode Island, when Jose Yuma Boakai was sick in the hospital in Rhode Island, Jose Yuma Boakai had a meeting in Washington, D.C. in December. While Jose Yuma Boakai was having a meeting, before he could go to the meeting in December in Washington, D.C., we already got the itinerary, where he was going, who he was meeting, the interactions, and the conversation on SKTV. We had a whole 9 yard. As a matter of fact, just to remind you, we said it before, but since some people can quite forget in Liberia, or amongst us Liberians, in and out of Liberia, we're quick to forget. Let's remind you that we told you on this show that Joseph Yuma Boakai had a meeting. You remember the picture that was passing around where Joseph Boakai and a couple of people were walking on the street in DC. They were coming from one of the meetings, and Amara Coney were there and so forth. Before they sold him they sold the clothes for Joseph Yuma Boakai before he went to the meeting because they wanted the party to look fresh. They didn't want him to be wearing Vula trousers to go into important meetings. The reason I'm bringing your memory back to that, in those meetings, the foreign affairs committee meeting that were held in a few days, along with the House of Representatives in the United States, before Chris Smith could read this conversation. We told you guys last week that there was a huge pressure that was coming from the United States because of the game Joseph Boakai is playing. Me, I don't want to talk about the Senate. I don't want to talk about the House of Representatives. Chairman Musa Benedict was here. He made it clear, and the thing he said are true. The only person that stopped in the whole world economic crime code like Joseph Boakai, because he is a crook. He's not a serious old man. He can't be trusted. He will give you a word. He don't live by it. That Joseph Boakai stopped in the court. But here's the thing Joseph Boakai told the people to tell us that Joseph Boakai is tricking man. Joseph Boakai tricking. When we tell you on the show, your thing won't disrespect him. Your thing, but there is no other way we can say it because if you are, at Joseph Boakai age, you expect him to do certain things. Other people in our culture and our tradition, when they give you the word, they hold the word. When they tell you something, it's believable. But another older man or older woman who will tell you one thing to do different thing, and that's how he behaves. So people like that, it's hard for you to depend on them. Joseph Boaga sat in the meeting with the World Bank and other people and other institutions. You're listening to him. Joseph Boaga committed because they show him proof. And America is aware. And the trial will call all the new other people that were in the meeting. Look, this is interesting because the Sekou said these guys are playing with serious joke, with serious fire that will give our people heart, and there is no need for this. Joseph Boaga sat in that meeting. They show him the list of all the criminals and the activities in Liberia. He know the name, he know them. Whether in the Senate, whether in the House of Representatives, all the bad things that the men are doing. They show him all of them, they pinpointed all of them. Joseph Boaga agreed. He only agreed about the way economic crime. He agreed to even cut the salary of the legislature. Today. Joseph Boaga agreed. In the budget that he was going to reduce the salary of the legislature and all branches of government. As evidenced by that, that's how you see Joseph Boaga gather the so quote unquote budget where they earned from 2 million to the other million. That's part of the deal. But I want to say to the Liberian people, if you suffer because sanction like Joseph Boaga, Nana nobody, Nana Prince Johnson, Nana Nyomli, Nana Fanatic Kova, Nana Jeremiah Kun, that Joseph Boaga. You're today. The scene where the one economic crime code never came during the weird time because Joe refused. That Joseph Boaga, Nana nobody. Joseph Boaga got the 2 documents in his hand. He promised the people that he will sign it. But the message I gave for Joseph Boaga is just simple. It's very, very simple. Can I have message? Can I be message? And Joseph Boaga said you take it. If Joseph Boaga fool around from the information that we're getting, if Joseph Boaga fool around and he play around with a particular thing, a government could go down by August. Then you try anything, man. And the reason for that is the people will rise up. The thing that he's playing with, he has never seen anything like that in his life before. You see, these few days, Delon visited Costa. Amara Kone visited Costa. Joseph Boaga. You have no clue what you are in, Papi. You think at 1980, you don't understand what you in. We're in the age of technology. We the one told you on SKTV what the asset recovery needed to do. Everything we have said on SKTV, we stand by 100%. And all of them watching now. Even the Joseph Boaga men, they're watching. I don't worry about Joseph Boaga. Joseph Boaga is watching. All of them watching. It's a good thing that they're watching because they need to take real understanding and code about what is about to happen. Because that senator that even called you, or other leaders from the country that call you, Mr. Kenneth, you want to tell me say you will sit around Joseph Boaga for your own future, your children's future at Jabate? You're the senator that you're sitting around, you do that. You're doing. They think that Prince Johnson video. Let me tell you to them, my people, that now Prince Johnson stopping the world economic crime that Joseph Yuma Boaga. You're here today, that now Prince Johnson, that not nobody. That Joseph Boaga. And the only reason he's doing that is because he has been tricking all his life. He's a crook. He started being crooked from the time he was small, and he will not change. So when the other people he try to crook now, but the wrong people he won't crook. So he's not watching him. So it on him. The job will be on him, we see.
So Lawrence, do you have anything to add? Other than that, we'll go to Mayborn. Do you have anything to add on this subject, or you just want to keep listening? You are muted. Hold on, let me unmute you. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you. Well, thank you for the opportunity. The issue about this war crime and economic crime code in our country, there are a lot of Liberians who are yearning for it, because there are some people who have mixed feeling from the war. the 14-year civil war in our country. So when the news hit the country, the country that the war crackle and economic crackle is coming to Liberia, people were like, oh yes, at least people will be able to give account for what they did in the past. But all of a sudden, the whole thing had just gone down. Even people who their names were placed on the paper, on some of the documents, they are saying, but they move ahead, but that way economic crackle or not. In our community, we can hear from some of the guys who were around during the war, who were some of the top brown around. Up to present, they are boasting that the war crime and economic crime will not be established in the country. So it's frustrating to see our country people yearning for something and it can't come. Because I listened to Yeke Koluba a few times. He said he won for the war and economic crime to come so he can go and exonerate himself. But right now, we are not seeing no zeal in it. It's just like a gone down the dream. But we hope and pray that at least America will put up pressure so at least it can be established.
Thank you so much. Milburn, Milburn, you said that I was speaking as if to say I was in your meeting. I was not in your meeting. I had no clue that whether you guys had a meeting. But that is to tell you that as on SKTV, we don't lie, we don't fool around, we don't just come in and just talk. When we say something, we know exactly what we're talking about. But I mean, amidst everything going on right now, what say you?
Thank you, Segu, and a major thank to all of our colleagues for their brilliant maybe observation and also take on the topic. Indeed, like I said already from the beginning, you just make everything so easy for me. So, but for me, like my colleague Lawrence just said that indeed the entire world can call now people looking at it like it's just like maybe a campaign tactics. Time for campaign, people use it maybe because they want to get votes, but after getting vote, they look at it and just downplay it. So for me, I think people are already getting weak about it, and although I say even into a lot of corridors or even in some community, people are saying, "Oh, the work cool, not kind of thing. I just fly." The whole can say in Liberia, "Oh, they just talking at home." But mind you, if the work could not come in this regime for me, because like the meeting that I was in, the person make things clear. The person said, maybe the strong backing of this government is the US government. So if the government want to succeed, they got to do everything possible to please the US government in the sense that they want justice for Liberia and for Liberians. So if the government or maybe downplay and feel that maybe because of some political reason and so on, they don't want to bring the World Crime Code, then that means the US government will just fold their hands and just observe things go the way things are going right now. Like for example, and mind you, like you were saying, if they not be careful, there'll be a lot of sanctions, there'll be a lot of things happening here, and it's going to affect the Liberian people. Let me be frank, and that's just the kind of thing that we're hearing be the same. So to just conclude, the World Crime Code is a very serious issue. If the government want to succeed, let them be able to put every other thing behind them and bring about the war and economic crimes code, or else because there are no contact. The president told me plainly, the president maybe the government has no contact beside American government. So if they lose American government, then I mean you guys will just live with, and mind you, that someone very, very big, the president was explaining all the things to me. So I was like, why are you saying this to me, president? Because maybe I believe in you people, and you also from Truth FM and that or SKTV. So I have to explain this thing to you so that you can know exactly what will be happening in the future. So you can be afraid, so you can be, or maybe so you can do some adjustment. But mind you, if the government not bring about the war and economic crime code, that means all of their contracts they've been talking about, because if you are not connected with the American government, that means, mind you, your government will not succeed the way you want it to be.
So, Mabel, thank you. What I was trying to say here, we were very emphatic when we talk about what they have decided to do. As we speak to you, they have stopped giving all aid to the Liberian government. That one is not even part of the sanction. They already make that decision. That decision is to be made and concluded. And this was confirmed to me by one of the senators in our conversation. So the Liberian government people, they know, and they are playing with the fire at the expense of the Liberian people. So before we go to the line, Steve, I want to take calls from, since Melbourne can transition from studio A to B, while Melbourne, go through that, I would think we should open the line in Beaumont with radio format. Let's hear from the people listening to us on that radio. Let's hear what they have to say about everything that we have discussed so far. And then from there, we'll go to Liberia. Monserrato to Truth FM. Mind you, we are covering the entire country as we speak through these radio stations. So, Steve, you want to say something before we go on the radio? Since you are
No, Mr. Kone, I think it's important for us to hear from the people on the ground.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to remind the Liberian people the pictures that you see from Amara Kone and Costa, what you mean, Delon and Costa and other people. Don't sleep on it. I will leave it there.
All right, Lawrence, are you available to take calls, or you're not ready? You got to unmute yourself.
I'm ready to take call. I'm ready.
All right, go ahead. I hope.
Let me add that. Yeah. Let me activate the line 0775-525262, 086-02-1302, 0775-525262, 086-02-1302. Those are the numbers you can call this evening and be part of the SK show right here. We're coming to you live. Our first caller is on the line. Let me see who is on this phone line. Good evening, your name. Where you come from? Okay. You say your name?
I'm Daniel Johnson from Cabell Fires.
Okay, go ahead, Chief.
Let me appreciate people for the talking points. God, through you that President Joseph Yumabwaka have been doing just to the Liberian people, because one reason that the Liberian people stood by the United Party and the government to power is on the promise that they were going to make sure that the war and economic ground will be established so people can pay for what they are caused to the nation. Their action needs to be paid for. To conclude on the issue of the asset recovery, I think for me, in my mind, the policy of the asset recovery needs to be paid, because you cannot have a government minister who serves in a position in a particular exam to him, consider that vehicle depreciated, and at the same time purchase some vehicle which is wrong. Government property, especially people, are very depreciated. Yes, we also so people can with that.
Thank you.
Government will not face that of challenges in acquiring assets.
Thank you. You make your point already. 0775-525262, 086-02-1302. Those are the numbers you can call this evening. Another caller is on this line. Let me see who is on this phone line. Hello, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, your name.
Thank you. This is the Bobby, and I joined the position for this today. That's why I appreciate you so much and the same. Actually, the issue about the work camp is very important. And the impact that I'm getting on the party to let me the party myself is not bad, but why? They said that they want to put tension on that period because they want to put something that don't want to be serious. We want to play policy with this thing here, put a question from work camp, yeah, it's the honest discussion. Then why can't we the 4 or 5 for what can't we meeting or discussion we had in work? You see, before what I tell them, appreciate it, what I came back and started, because that kind of Baka was a preaching, and Baka was a self-free justice, Baka was grateful, and other things. So Baka put that on it out. Then it seems
0775. I think I can take 2 more from here and go to Johnson Maybon. Let me take two from here. This person, hello? Hello? Yeah, your name, where you come from? You say your name? Okay, go ahead, Chief, quickly.
Because of this one grand court. If you play with the one grand court, and we get them each to get adjusted, we get accountability in what you go back and put that to level.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take the last person here, go to Johnson. This last caller, let me see who is here. This last person. Okay. Hello, where are you coming from?
Yeah, my name is
You called me from where? Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the topic on discussion. I'm one of the first time for SPTV.
Okay.
I monitor most of the time for your investment. I think the worker code is very much important for the viewer. And we've been standing for it. And why we voted the movement. So we shouldn't play with it. You should make sure the worker code come and the spells when it starts and I've been happy that person. I'll continue.
Okay, thank you. Johnson, you can take control from my end.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. So to this first caller, good evening. My line keep blinking back to back. Hello? Yeah, my brother, go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Go ahead, my brother, 1 minute.
Okay, and so I will not I do it explain, how the angle to say that one cranko should come is true. Then it come because some of us I have been saying that I don't always call or I be helping me because what I saw. I was invited by calling someone to provide who did it, provide the proof. And I explained to calling someone what really went on wrong.
So you want a worker code to come, right?
I want it to come.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Hello, Chief. Go straight to the point. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm Isa Kamal, joining from Discontent. Let me tell you something. Your parents cannot bring you out in a horse. Then when you come out in a horse,
What kind of parable is that?
Yeah, I don't even understand what they got saying. The colors are very low, Maybon, very, very low.
Yeah, that's why I noticed myself. Very, very low.
You can increase the volume a little bit.
Thank you so much also for being part of the show. Let me see. Yes, indeed. The line is a little bit low, but I'm coming to increase it. Yeah, I know. Hello, go ahead. My brother, great. Return. Go ahead. Name and for where you join us. Okay, go ahead, boss. So, is everything okay now?
Much better.
Oh, you put the women together. 0778.
What I just said, they put the government together want to remove Joseph Waka.
0778 too low. What I'm going to come I won't be Liberian. Hello? Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and where you join us. Mm.
The maker, you see the worker code, the worker code you have been signed. But there's a serious break going on between Prince Johnson, Joseph Parker, and other people around Joseph Parker. Those guys, they are decided that they worker code should be delayed, at least at the dying meaning of Joseph Parker's regime, so that it can be signed. Because at that time, maybe Joseph Parker might have left power, then they will leave it with Jeremiah Poon, very difficult for Jeremiah Poon to sign it. This is kind of strategy that they are playing, but like people who read it, even some of us from Lima, we are ready. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are in need of the welcome call Liberians are speaking out. We'll take one of maybe 2 or 3 more calls over because of the time. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and where you join us. Yeah, go ahead, boss. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. This is why the president is calling for the extra sitting, according to him. So let's call a good evening. My brother, great. Thank God. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
I'm Saki calling from Discontent, Rehab.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, my take on the first statement is those people that they call themselves asset recovery team, they are creating embarrassment for the country here. We are not enjoying them. I think Boga got to really recall the flow by and rethink what to do for us in the country here. Because they are bringing embarrassment. What they did yesterday, it was very much wrong. You look at that guy on the street, he was very much drunk. He was drunk, nothing to do. You see, it won't go for us. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. The asset recovery team, Seku, Steve, Bizana Monk, maybe I'll take 1, 2 more calls and cross over.
Yeah, one more is good. One more is good.
All right. All right. So let's call. So you our last call. Hello.
Good evening, Lilo.
Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Your name and from where you join us.
Brother Amos, Jala calling from PZ.
Go ahead, bro.
Neighbor and Seku, I enjoy you, but please advise Steve. Steve should not start insulting your own man. You can make your point. When you go to look over back to be a cook, then you I must simplify what you are talking. You're taking cost every time you insult that man. Make your point, but do not insult the man. Then the man will cook some breast. Please, man.
All right. Thank you so much. When you decide to know what I don't want to just your man boys or cook according to him. So we got to go. Steve, Seku, Bizana Monk, back to you people. We have about I think 5 more minutes to go from our end here.
Yeah, maybe we'll go for 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Maybe we'll go for 10 more minutes, but we don't know yet. But anyway, since Steve was mentioned by the callers, maybe we'll give Steve first. Steve, let Steve, talk first, and then we'll go
First
to
of all, I want to say big thank you to all the callers. To the gentleman who just called. I stand by what I said. That President Joseph Yuma Boakai is a crook. He has been a crook for a very long time, and his behavior has demonstrated that over the years. Even in his old age, he is still a crook. I'm unrepentant. I'm never going to take that back. I stand by it because that is the truth. Because it's never going to change. The day Joseph Yuma Boakai start being a crook, then when I say that, and in fact, saying somebody is a crook is not an insult. So if you don't understand English, maybe you can ask me to put it in simple English. I'll put it in simple English. But I stand by what I said. Joseph Yuma Boakai, the current president of Liberia, is a crook. But let's get to the issue. Tomorrow for our announcement, we'll be having Leo here as our guest. We will discuss some national issues. We'll get into the politics. And if need be, if there's other breaking news, we'll bring the breaking news again. We'll let you know what's going on. But as I speak now, That issue where I talk about he called the senator and by, he called the House of Representatives. Listen, he like he call everybody in the cabinet by, he call the entire country back without care. Joseph Human Bala will do what is right for once in his life. He will do it. If you not do it, you will get the consequences for playing games, for being a crook. You will get the consequences. We're watching it too. I wanted to say, I don't worry about all our other extra things. He taking curse, you doing the work. Are you
Yeah,
taking curse? Not me.
Mong, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mong, just because you show faith today, somebody said they will send me they will send SKTV $50 for because
Oh
Mong
yeah,
show.
I will keep showing face more often
Yeah,
on
but
Friday
I
when
keep
it's time.
showing your face, man. So the
When it's
book
time to collect offering, I will be showing my face as well. At least I hope I get enough time to do that.
yeah, man. So you gotta keep showing your face every now and then so we can be getting some donation from our people. Yeah, but Mong, what's your take? Based on
I
what we
think
have.
Steve just said it right. Joseph Boakai can call for a retreat. He can call people back, whether it's an emergency session or just a presidential retreat. I could care less. Joseph Boakai know what is at stake. You know, there's a common saying in America, the American man can tell you, say, let's see who can keep their head on the water for a very long period of time. Joseph Boakai know exactly what's coming. I know at the end of the day, if he's going to put the welfare of 5 million people at stake just to protect few individuals, I'm not going to place a bet on that. I'm going to place a bet on the fact that he will have to do the right thing. And I'm optimistic that he does the right thing when it comes to the War and Economic Crimes Code, whether he drag your feet or not, because I would say the backlash for not bringing the War Crimes Code this time around, it will not only be detrimental to Joseph Boakai himself or his administration, it will be to the entire country. Because at the end of the day, 5 million people or more that never committed any crime during the civil unrest would not be the one to be thrown on the bus, and I believe they will not stand for that. And if Boakai is paying attention, if the president is paying attention, he's hearing callers from all over the country, from diverse places, all over the country. People want this thing, and you cannot keep playing games. Even if you want to play game at this critical moment in time, you cannot play it because the consequences of playing game will be very, very detrimental. And not only to you, but to those very same average callers that are placing calls on this network and any other network around the country. So that's my final comment before Milbon can leave the radio.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very much impressed. I'm very much thrilled for the fact that we were able to take calls from both Radio Farmer and Truth FM, and people calling from other part of the country, not just Monrovia. I'm very, very much happy about that. And it means a lot. To me, it means a lot for what we do because we want our message to go across. So I want to say a big thank you, as always, to Truth FM for always making it possible, and to Radio Forma 99.3 in Beaumont, Bon County. Truth FM is in Montevado, also in Nimba. That's why Truth FM covers almost the entire country. So we are very happy with our connection and our relationship with these networks. We really, really appreciate all you guys do. With that said, just in 1 minute, you know, the Liberian people are resolved. And the United States, the international community, is resolved. The War and Economic Crimes Code will come. It's just a matter of when, but it will come. And I can tell you, it will come in not a long, distant future. It will come in a very near future. And I can tell you, few weeks from now, or months, if you will, there will be people who are dragging their feet. They will either jump on board or they will be sanctioned. They will have travel restriction on them. They will not be able to travel to the United States. Beyond that, the United States is paying attention to Liberia on a daily basis. on a daily basis. They are monitoring everything and they are reaching out. And they have record on all the people there who are playing game with them. You hear the person, you hear the representatives telling you, just last year we spent, talking about United States now, they said just last year we spent $164 million on you people. So over the decades, we have spent $4 billion on you people. You think we're stupid?
Well, Sako got a letter read. We'll go read it if you're done.
Please.
A few paragraphs.
Please do it.
Yeah. So they can hear it now on the radio. It said U.S. Congressman Chris Smith, the chair of the House Subcommittee on Health, on Global Health, Global Human Rights, and International Organization today issued the following statement, reading the need to establish a war and economic crimes code in Liberia to help redress the wounds of the Civil War. In recent decades, Liberian people have suffered untold human rights violations and economic crimes, while the perpetrator acted with near complete impunity during the mortal Civil War. Since that time, minimal effort has been made in Liberia to address this crime, notwithstanding a recommendation in 2009 by the Truth and Reconciliation Committee to establish a code to ensure justice. As the president, as a presidential candidate, Joseph Boakai stated repeatedly that war and economic crime code needs to be established for the Liberian people to end impunity, for the nation to heal. In his inaugural address, President Boakai then committed to pursue the establishment of war and economic crimes code to provide an opportunity for those who bear the greater responsibility for war crimes and crimes against humanity to account for their actions in court. Since President Boakai assumed office, the local and international community, including the U.S., have eagerly awaited the establishment of the code. This promise was made to the Liberian people who want real change. They desire democracy, human rights, and justice. The United States is also closely monitoring the establishment of the code as a way to advance good governance and healing for the Liberian people. We have long supported Liberia with foreign aid, providing over $162 million in 2023 and more than $4 billion over the past 20 years. There must be justice, accountability for the people of Liberia. Establishing the promised war and economic crimes code is necessary, critical step for ensuring lasting peace and the people's confidence in the rule of law and the fair administration of justice in the country. Very short and succinct. Simple. Right there.
Very, very short, but loaded and substantive. Very, very strong and deep. So, if you are in Bon County, Magibi, Cape Mount, Grand Cape Mount, whether you are in Bapolu, and you have your family in those counties, just tell them to tune to Radio Former 99.3 FM in Boma. So they can be able to not only listen to SKTV, but if they don't have a data, they can just use their FM radio to listen to SKTV. And Radio Former is partnering with SKTV. We will grow together. We'll do a lot together as we have been doing with Truth FM. Radio Former is one of those stations that we've been working with behind the scene. And today we are glad that we were able to not only, carry on the show throughout, but being able to also, entertain calls from across the country. That means a lot to us. And that is to tell you SKTV is expanding. SKTV is moving forward. SKTV is actually, growing by the day. Some of us, who are privileged to the data of SKTV, every now and then, every day, you see followers upon followers, new followers on a daily basis. Also, we would like to announce to you that on Monday, we'll have the representative from Representative Fode Fambule will be on here to discuss national issues, to also discuss the ongoing issues in the district he represents, whether it's the ferry issue, whether it's the arrest and court issue regarding the elderly man, Tim Robert, but we'll be discussing national issue. So you're going to be here. On Saturday, we probably going to have Honorable Jacob Kolba, and then Sunday we should have Chairman Musa Ability, and then on Tuesday we are trying to get the minister on here. I'm not going to call the ministry name for now until we conclude, and then on Wednesday we're trying to get another senator here. So we're going to have a very, very basic weekend and busy week, Monk and our audience. So it's good to always be on SKTV. And Monk, before we go, what a week, my man. What a week.
It was more than interesting.
So,
a lot of stuff yet to be uncovered anyway. A lot of stuff happened that we didn't even touch.
yeah. So Monk, it was quite interesting to see. Yeah. Felicia, after when I announced it, I didn't want to say it, but after I announced, I thought of that. You know, by the time we see the person coming here, then the student will rush to go call that person. No one should come here. I will give you the money here.
I know, right? That's so sad.
Yeah, man.
It is not popularity contest.
Yeah, it is not popularity contest. It's one of that. But why do you think that we can be doing stuff like that, man?
No, because that's why that we live in the social media or generation. Everything is about instant gratification. Everybody want to show that they are the boss, you know. It's like competition, and we are not in this thing for competition. It's all about bringing the right information, bringing credible information. That's about it. And so let me tell you, the main reason I keep saying that we commit to SKTV, because a lot of great things, a lot of initiatives, especially for the diaspora. We're talking about diaspora being able to vote on election. We're talking about accountability and war crime code. These are fascinating ideas. I don't care less how many people watch every day. I know the vast majority of the Liberians, for the fact that we are on the radio, because these people don't have access to data, but they listen to radio. So the idea that we are on the radio, for me, I could care less about the numbers of views on social media, because the people who can afford, they will always watch. But the question is, the people who cannot afford the data or the money that don't have the financial muscle, if we can get to them on the radio, if they can understand these things, like you make it easy, Steve can put it in simple English, that's the one I pay attention to the most. Than competing with Spoon Talk or how many thousand people watching or how many views he's buying. I could care less about that.
Yeah. So we are not in competition. We're in competition. We will be buying view to every day to show that we got 1,000 and 10,000 people watching us. Well, we don't care about that. We have hundreds of thousands of people that can be listening on the radio. And now that we're even on radio in the entire country. How cool that is, man. And if the objective is to get to our people, for them to get the message. So we're not really worried.
You can get a response. You can get a response from the caller. You see how they were calling today just because of the topic. You that's the feedback you want.
Exactly. That's true. That's so true. So just the last time when we had Chairman Billet on here, were you not surprised to see the amount of representatives that were calling from different areas? That's to tell you how people can be glued to listening to SKTV, whether on social media, whether on YouTube. For the most part, people can see what they're saying on Facebook, but those on YouTube, Now, do you know that the YouTube now is competing with the Facebook in terms of viewership now? Yeah. YouTube never getting anything less than 100, 150 people now watching them on SKTV live. Not after the show, but just live. On YouTube.
You want me to tell you this? You want me to tell you the secret about the YouTube? People from home, they want to watch it on their TV.
Yeah.
It's a whole different experience when you watch it on television, when you put the YouTube on and go to SKTV as compared to watching it on your cell phone. That's why you see a lot of people, they gravitate into the
I see why a lot of people now gravitating to watch SKTV on YouTube. Because every day, a few time ago, we had about just 500 followers on that, right? On YouTube. Guess what? Guess how many people subscribe to a YouTube channel now, Monk? I was when I checked it, it was 2,097 people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
The experience is different on TV as compared to the cell phone. That's why they enjoy. So there will be more to come on YouTube.
I see why a lot of people gravitating towards the YouTube TV. Yeah, so I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. We about 5 minutes will be hitting the 2-hour mark. If you actually here and you want to call in to say something, we'll give you chance. We'll be on here for the next 5 minutes. But before
let's hear from a couple of people from overseas too, the US audience and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
we'll get feedback.
So the lines are open. You can call in and tell us what you feel about what you just heard. But Mong, it was interesting that when I saw, I don't know whether I should play it, when I saw Representative Yeka Kolba being celebrated by CDC.
That's politics, man. It's a dynamic. It's not static.
So when I saw Representative Yeka Kolba hands being put up there on the ground of the CDC, that was so interesting. That was so interesting, and I said, you know what? No man, they become young man Liberian people. So let me see. I'm trying to see if I can actually play that. No. So that one is actually on YouTube. So I don't want to go there right now. Hello, caller. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. This is Breakable Power.
Breakable Power, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for the show. Well, I see more. I know because I'm not going to.
I mean, woman, man. We don't care about your own opinion. You're not missing your money too. Because the women don't care about seeing the man face. You buy, woman. And number two, you can't sell anything. If you see the man face, you can't sell money.
Friday dues.
Yeah, you want to see the man face? What's the man face? That's it. You got a sister want to see the man face? Okay, but pay on behalf of your sister. You see, you got a sister want to see the man face, but send the money.
Okay, I'll send money. I'll tell you to send money.
He's our tell to get the money. Okay.
This is not strange thing, man. We about this government and power. It's not strange. We said it and we still seeing it. And we have this community people and tell like that some of those people have made a mistake to verify the mistake. Look, when I saw the video yesterday, I started laughing. Then I watched School FM and I saw the information minister justifying, they did anything to it, they did anything to us, so how to do it. And now you're doing it. You did it. What's wrong? What's that wrong? Ever. Police director, and put a man down like a child. Do you know what I put a social when I listen to people, I wonder whether they know what they are doing. You have police director that you put down like a chicken. He did. He was that. I was fired for that job. Get like a operator. And the police director again. Former police director, former AFL boss. You see all the people I know, they have a loyalty to people. You think they are not loyalty to people? Because government are just left on power. Now, a lot of people in government are so loyal to the former government. He didn't know what he did. If one man just get on the street and wear warm-up vest and start directing traffic. I don't know what the former president, former president, very realized what he did. He went in the government for the 5 years, and you know where the problem came from. For overlooking one another, for playing on one another, man, making the you only person that get power. Now, what mean about that? And they are doing the whole thing over and over. So, I listen to all the other man, and when that bring a war crackle, so over there win. And you know who made win? The people that made win, the people that want to war crackle, they want me to win.
Yeah.
It was just for that people back home. You don't win. They support the people for here. And they support and the financial support and the physical support. That one may win the election. If you think that just because you far I just go and say, enough. I wouldn't for your family when I let that.
All right.
The thing that you play for that for, you can betray anybody, but you will not betray the fool. So if you come and walk out, you play for it, joking. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Monk. Thank you, Ricky Power. So, Monk, we just hit the 2 hours mark. So let me make sure if that person who said they're going to send us the ceremony, I sure we can just tell and think, but no, not yet. So yes, Monk, I think we should leave it there for today.
Yeah, let's leave it there for today. Tomorrow we're gonna be fire again. I mean, when the chairman coming back on the network, Chairman Benedict?
I think on Saturday. I mean Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll have on Chairman Honorable Koluba on Saturday, and then we will have Representative Pamela on Monday, and we should have the minister here on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's cool. And then and tomorrow we'll try to extend our condolences to the people of Rio West County for that tragic incident that happened.
Yeah, we should.
That landslide, yeah, it was very tragic. I saw those people barely. I was like, oh my God, it's a sad thing. And where's the benefit? I mean, all the how they call it, said the environmental disaster being caused by all this illegal money. Can you imagine all the concession agreement only account for 37 million in the national budget? I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
Monday we receive an email. I want to share with you, you and Steve, a little on.
All right.
This email is accusing. The email it got a lot of information in it, so maybe let me not talk about it right now. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We can talk about it tomorrow.
That's cool.
So I will share with you guys. Then we can talk about it tomorrow. If somebody actually been following SKTV and the person send information to us about what's going on in Grand Crew County, it's very, very serious.
Wow.
Yeah, something going on there, and the person did not just send the email; they sent it with some pictures attached.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Post want to say thank you to you guys for following SKTV. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, God willing.
Yeah, inshallah, we'll be here tomorrow. So, yeah, good night. Thank you so much.